Assalamualaikum, dear students. Hope you are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. Welcome to NIEVS Home School. I am Sabreena Hoque, Assistant Teacher of Science of National Ideal English Version School, Day Shift. Today I am going to take a science class on the basis of Chapter 4, Morphology of Plants, Part 1 for Class 6 students. Let's start the class. This is the first class for your annual term and the name of the chapter is Morphology of Plants. Higher plants can be divided into two types such as gymnosperm and angiosperm. In this chapter, we will learn about the external features of angiosperm, considering them as ideal plants. Now we will read the first point of this chapter, the external feature of an ideal flowering plant. Here the angiosperms plants is considering as ideal flowering plant. We will discuss about chilli plants. Different parts of a typical flowering plants. An ideal flowering plant can be divided into root, stem, leaves, flowers and fruit, etc. Dear students, look the figure. This is a chilli plant. This is the stem of the plant. This is the leaves and this is the fruit and this part is flower and this part is root. This root is called taproot. Now go to the shoot. The part of the plant that remains above the soil is called shoot. Shoot consists of stem, leaves, flower and fruit. The stem that has nodes, internodes and apical bud. The flowers grow at the axis of the leaves. Flowers have calyx, endocardium, corolla and ovary. Let us examine the parts using the diagram of chilli plant given. First part is stem. It is a part of the plant connected to the taproot and remains above the soil. Stem has node and internode. Leaves originate from the nodes. Next part of the shoot is leaves. It is a thin extended green outgrowth of the stem and the branches. Food is produced in the leaves. Our next part is flower. In chilli plant, small white flowers grow out of the axis of the leaves. Our next part is fruit. When flower matures, it falls off. The remaining part of the base of the fallen flower becomes fruit. After maturity, ovary turns into fruit. Our last part is root, the part of the plant with no nodes, internodes and apical bud is root. Generally, people think that part of the plant that remains below the soil is root, but special cases, stem, leaves, flowers and fruits grow under the soil. Roots usually develop from radicle. Now go to our next point, different parts of a typical roots. Root is divided into different parts. A cap-like structure at the tip of the root is called root cap. Growth occurs in this region. The minute hairy region is located back of this region is root hair region. Plant absorbs water with the help of root hair. Now students, look the figure of the root. This is a root. This is the part is called root cap region and this part is called root hair region. And this is growing region, that means growth is occurs here and this part is called permanent region. Now come to the next point, types and functions of root. The root of all plants are not same. The root of a mango or chili plant is different from that of paddy, corn or grass. Owing to such differences, root can be divided into two types in terms of their origin and location. The two types of roots are taproot and adventitious root. Taproot. The radicle of this type of root grows directly as it goes down the ground and lateral branches grow out of it. For example, the roots of radish, mango, blackberry, chilli, mustard, etc. Now, adventitious root. This type of roots originated not from the radicle, rather from the stem and leaf. Example of such root are the roots of coconut, taproot of banyan tree and stilt root of screw pine tree. It is of two types, fibrous root and non-fibrous root. Now we will discuss about the functions of roots. The root anchor the plants firmly to the ground, and the second function of the root is the root helps to absorb water and minerals from the soil in different ways. Come to our next point, different parts of a stem. The place which branches and leaves, the places from which branches and leaves grow is stem. It has node, internode and buds. Now see the figure, this is a stem, this is the apical bud, this part is called apical bud, this part is leaf, this is the node, this line is node. See, from the node the leaves come out and the space between two nodes is known as internodes, and this is called auxiliary buds. This part is called auxiliary buds. Now come to the description of node. The place from where the leaves grow is node. Now internode is the space between two nodes is internode. But the angle formed by the stem and the leaf is called axil of a leaf. Generally, buds grow in the axil. Now come to the classification of stem. Stems can be primarily divided into two groups, strong stems and weak stem. Now, strong stem. This type of stems are strong and keep the plant erect firmly on ground. Example, mango, berry, coconut. Some of these stems have branches and some do not. First one is cortex. The stem is erect, strong and has a crown of leaves at the top. Example is coconut, betel nut, and the next part is branched stem. The first branch stem plant is excurrent. This type of stem develop branches in such a way that they become a cone-like structure and look like temple. Examples, oak and tulip poplar. Come to our next branched stem tree is deliquescent. The stem of some trees are short and strong, and the branches and sub-branches are arranged from the stem is such a way that the tree look like domes. Now come to our next branched stem is palm. In this erect and unbranched stem, nodes and internodes are very distinct. Adventitious roots grow from the nodes. Examples are bamboo, sugarcane. Now go to our another types of stem is weak stem. We already learned about strong stem. Now we will discuss about weak stem. Plants with this type of stem cannot stand upright and they grow either on the ground or creep on mulch. Usually these stems contains no timber in them, and that is why they are so weak and feeble. First types of weak stem plants is creeper. These stems grow horizontally on the soil surface and produce fibrous root from each nodes. Example, dubgrass, that means dubba, and oxalis, that means amruli. Our second weak stem plant is trailer. These stems grow horizontally on the soil surface but do not produce roots from nodes. Example, peas, bacilla. Then go to the climber. This is the picture of trailer stem, and this is the picture of creeper stems. See, from here the roots come out, but there is no roots in the trailer stems. Now come to our next plant, weak stem plants, name is climber. These are weak stems that grow upward with the help of some forms of support. Examples, betel leaves and bean. The function of the stem. The stem bears the weight of branches, leaves, flowers and fruits. Stem spreads out branches and leaves in such a way that they can get enough sunlight. Stem disperses water and mineral salt to the branches, leaves, flowers and fruits. A last function of the stem is when young green stem produce a little quantity of food through photosynthesis. Dear students, I have already finished my topic for today. This is the first part of this chapter. In my next class, I will discuss about the next part of this chapter. I hope you have understood. If you have any problem, you can contact with me. My mobile number and my messenger ID written on the board, and follow the classes, do the homework, and based on your homework you will get your CT, diary and SBA marks. And follow the classes, keep practicing, learn the question answer and abide by your parents. Stay safe, stay home, see you soon again. Till then, Allah Hafiz.